All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint, and as expected, we've seen the initiation of these thunderstorms that have formed off the Lake Erie lake boundary. The change I noticed from earlier, it was a little bit more to the north. So we're looking basically at I-90 to point south, and I've got live updates coming in from the Weather Service to my left. So we'll pass along any pertinent information that needs to be passed along. In the here and now, we have a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for northern Crawford County until 3:45. And that does also include Erie County. So you're looking at this thunderstorm here. Let me know what you guys are seeing. Basically 79 corridor right now from about Summit down to Edinboro. That section, a pretty good downpour rolling through. As some of you check in here, pouring in Waterford. Adam, thank you so much for that. Hey, Lori, how are you? So this is what we're looking at for the time being. Let's just back up the radar. And interestingly enough, we're going to go back here in time and watch how fast these things just pop up. All right. What happens is we get this little stabilization effect near the lake, and then inland areas seem to do a little better when it comes to the thunderstorms that have been developing so far. So they've really kind of rapidly blown up here. This one particular storm here that we're watching into Erie County is the one that we're concerned with right now. So again, a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is for northern Crawford County and Erie County in northwest Pennsylvania. So let's do a couple of things here. Put a storm track on it. And they have it moving east. I'm going to speed it up just a hair from what it is. So those areas that we're looking at right now, Edinboro, just about knocking on your door, should be there if it isn't already shortly. In about 3 minutes over towards Draketown and Drake's Mills, Arbuckle, Venango, Cambridge Springs, all in the path of this one. I just want to get the specifics on this and what they're pegging this storm for. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail is the reason that the warning has been issued. So again, moving east at 45 miles an hour. These are estimated times. So Cambridge Springs, 236, around Woodcock at 238, heading for Mill Village at 240, and then eventually dropping towards Sagertown at 241. So that's of immediate concern right now. That's the one we're watching. We'll see additional showers and thunder showers pop up through the afternoon. This yellow that you see, by the way, is a severe thunderstorm watch. And if I query this, that is through 9 o'clock. I think it's probably largely over with by then. We'll see what happens. But you can see there are additional thunderstorms firing up off to the west that we're watching. Some of these, again, could also become severe and already have been severe out just south of Cleveland. So let me just quickly check in with some of you guys. Tomatoes need it. Yeah. Just raining in Waterford, Thunder, Union City, Wattsburg border. Thank you, Lene. Starting to look nasty in Colt Station just to your west. So let's go back up here along 89. Yeah, it'll be to Colt Station here shortly. Let's see. Dark and intermittent thunder in Fairview. The worst of it south of you in Fairview. Let's see. Hello, Heather. How are you? Dark skies to the west often. Corey, it hasn't made it to you yet. It will, Tim. Rain and thunder in Albion. Nancy, are you getting any wind there or any small, maybe some small hail just looking at the radar? Let me know. South, yeah, it's south of Girard. So take it from I-90 south. That's where the worst of it is right now. And you can see as we update the radar here for you. Again, this is moving off to the east at 45 miles an hour. Raining in McCain. Thank you, Ellen.
It's getting lovely outside here if you want to use our can.
Oh, okay. Hello, Catherine. How are you? Yeah, well, a little bit later for you out in Youngsville. Just stopped raining in Conneautville. Hello, Linda from Erie. What else do we have going on? Pouring in Cranesville. Thank you, Sarah. Getting dark and hearing some thunder. Kenneth, it's actually south and east of you and moving away from you. So probably a miss for you. Nothing in Warren County right now. No. Thank you, Gene. Appreciate that. Okay. That would be Albion. So, yeah, that makes sense because this area right here, this part right in here, those pinks that you see, those high reflectivity values indicate the potential for some hail. And if we do this on the fly here, yeah, there's a little bit just east of Albion. Back to reflectivity, and I want to switch over here. That's a look in Edinburgh. So it looks like a gentle breeze right now, some rain, some thunder and lightning. I want to take a look outside here locally, see what we got going on. So I can hear it on the roof here, man. It's coming down. Yep, that's the view outside our television studios on Upper Peach Street. So visibility way down. Could be some gusty wind with it. Again, the specifics on that. East at 45. That's the speed it's moving at. And they're pegging it for 60 mile an hour wind gusts. I'm looking at the radar and I just don't see anything that really sticks out to me in terms of strong wind gusts right now. But it is possible. So let me see. Let me switch back over to Doppler. Take a look. Okay. So yeah, it's south of I-90 right now. That's the worst of it, right in here. Okay, and you can see this, another warning just being issued to the west. That's that lake breeze I was telling you about, the stabilization near the lake shore. So really not much going on downtown Erie right now. But just to the south of I-90, that's where the worst of it is. And this whole line that's forming is going to continue to work its way to the east at about 45 miles an hour.
Okay. All right, cool. Is it starting to get darker?
Let's see. What else do we have?
It's really dark up here. It's like the immediate action is like between Edinburgh and the city.
Getting darker in Waterford, Hale, and Girard. Are you on the south side of Girard, Dave?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it just
okay.
snuck by you to the
All
south.
right, let's close it. Thank you very much. All right, but you said.
Thunder and here in Edinburgh, light rain for now. Karen, thank you for that. Still thundering in Conneautville. Still sunny in Franklin. It's going to be a little bit before it gets down towards Franklin.
What's that?
Let's see.
Thanks. Bye.
Here.
It's really nasty outside if you want to use our camera.
I just showed it.
Okay.
Yeah, you see this. See the summer camp? Oh, don't do that.
Okay, piece size. That makes sense. Thank you, Raquel.
All right.
Appreciate that. Waldemere, not much going on. I mean, it's probably looking ugly, but most of it is south of Waldemere right now. Basically, take it from I-90 and point south. So Warren County will be later, Kim. Right now, you do not have any watches or warnings. Yeah, and if you guys want to send us a picture, I'll see if I can comment this. Wind and rain. Okay, so I just posted the email. If you guys have any pictures when you can safely of the hail, head out and take a picture safely. Wait till the storm pass, okay? And then send us any information you guys have to the weather@wjettv.com email address, and we will get it and take a look. So if you're just joining the stream, recapping, a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 9. A little late for my liking. I think it'll probably be largely over with by then. But that's the Weather Service. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. This is for northern Crawford County and in Erie County. That is until 3:45 as this whole line continues to shift its way off to the east right now. Moving at 45 miles an hour. Again, these are firing up off the lake breeze boundary. And what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch over to the other source and kind of give you an idea of what we think. Let's take a look live. Again, that's outside our studio here on Upper Peach Street. So you can see visibility way down there. And I want to give you a future cast. We'll run this out for you. Do this on the fly, kind of give you a little forecast here. So there's the line. And the computer models, let me just check the time, 2:39. So this, if you look at this computer model, it's a little bit south of where the line actually is now, but it's kind of giving you the flavor that this is going to congeal into one line segment and then push southeast. So watch as we advance the frames here, and notice by 5 o'clock, you're done. So despite the warning, or excuse me, the watch being in effect until 9, I would be surprised if we have anything going on at 9 o'clock. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see that watch come down a little earlier, but again, that's just the Weather Service. So we'll just kind of step you through this one more time. There's the line now. Again, if you look at the line where the forecast model is depicting it to be, and then you compare it to what's currently happening, it's pretty close, maybe a little bit to the south. So that's not a bad indicator of what we expect. So as we go back to the future cast, and then we advance the frames again, here you are, 3, 4 o'clock. You can see the line sinking south. So you folks over in towards Venango County, Forest County, Franklin, down towards Spartanburg, Cooperstown, Titusville, those areas will get in on some gusty weather. If the thunderstorms maintain their strength, we will see additional warnings issued. But for right now, it is just a severe thunderstorm warning that is posted for northern Crawford County, Erie County, and this also does extend up into Chautauqua County as well. Downpour in Conneautville. Thank you for that, Allison. Yeah, I mean, these storms don't strike me as anything crazy. You know, maybe some gusty wind, and maybe some small hail. As a matter of fact, while I've got it on my mind, let me just take a look just to make sure that these things are behaving. Let me go over here to the storm relatives and let me see if Buffalo has anything on this. Yeah, there's nothing there that really stands out to me. So I think basically, all right, what do we have? A new watch that just came out. But what is that? That's a tornado watch for Warren County. Okay.
Warren County's
Okay, so here's the deal.
If you need to jump in, timing-wise, they're in a recess. If you wanted to reinforce what it was you were saying, there's probably good.
All right, so here's the new update. There is now a tornado watch that's in effect for Warren County. But here's the deal. Don't get excited about that, okay? You know, it's just a watch, all right? So it's nothing to write home about right now, but we are going to keep an eye on the storms as they move into a riper environment. Something might spin up, but I'm not going to dwell on that too much, all right? So it's just a watch for right now. In the immediate concern is the severe thunderstorm warning that continues for Erie County into northern Crawford County. And I'm just looking at some new information coming in from the Weather Service now. I've got live information coming in right now. Just looking at some of the storms to the west. I don't see anything that stands out to me right now. Let me okay. Let me just take a look here. Storm relatives. Again, nothing there.
Do a little cover. Can you just tell me?
Yep.
We're doing TV
Mhm.
for a couple
Yep.
minutes.
We'll take a quick
radar.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a sky kit if you have a good one.
Yep. All right, we're gonna hop off here for a minute.
You can keep them on.
And then, well, let's do TV. Check out Jet 24 at Fox 66. We'll do a live TV update on the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect, and we'll also bring you up to date with the watches and warnings too.
No, I don't. Okay, ready to go, bud?
Okay. Want to start with a sky cam, Tom?
Yeah, let's do a sky cam. We'll dive into the radar.
captioning went on them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you have 5 minutes.
Jeez, I would have never told you to shut it down.
I didn't.
Oh, good. Keep talking to him then.
I mean, they're fine. They're fine.
I know, but
I mean, this
we
is
got
not
5 minutes. We got
you know,
5 minutes.
this is not something that's needs to be too overstated. So we're gonna go on TV here in a few minutes. So we'll stay on this with a little bit longer. Again, in the immediate concern, severe thunderstorm warning, Erie County, northern Crawford County. That's in effect until 3:45 technically, but again, these storms are going to move on from that. And we have a severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect. That is until, oh, wait a minute, 1 second. I just got to get something else up here. What is going on? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be till 9. But that's just me. Just logging back into something. For some reason, I got kicked out of the chat room that I was in. How you guys doing? You hanging in there? 5 miles from Cambridge Springs. Rumbling and dark, no rain yet. Huge lightning bolt in Waterford. Thank you for that. Good to know, D. Thank you so much. You still have a few more to the west. Those will clip through. And then we'll see some more of these fire up. But I think most of this stuff that you see out here is going to miss to the south. You ready to go, TA? Or
I'm ready. 30 seconds.
Okay.
No,
We will be right back shortly. And they did, by the way, extend the severe thunderstorm warning into Warren.
They got tested first. James, like 30 seconds.
Test what first?
Close caption.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So a lot, okay, there's a warning into
Warren County until 4.
Okay. Warren, severe thunderstorm warning for Warren County till 4.
Yep.
New tornado watch.
New tornado watch, which I think is kind of crazy.
Yeah. So far, and we'll pixel query those winds. Just to see if
Why isn't this working all of a sudden?
You're not getting anything over there, look? On your chat?
Yeah, I got kicked off.
All right, hold on. Yeah, I did the same thing to me.
Stand by, technical issues. Well, I don't know what's going on with that.
All right, we're ready to go, TA.
Okay. Yeah, I can't
Right.
get mine either, correct?
That's weird. Strange.
All right.
Okay, we're going to do a little TV.
Okay, folks, we got a little break here just to give you an update on severe weather. Again, we're just setting the stage for you, giving you the latest here to prepare you, not scare you. And what has happened with these storms, and this is our tower cam, just looking down at I-90 in Peach. You get a bunch of wind, you get some heavy rain, you may have some hail, but they're quick movers and they're passing. So this is one that's already gone through. It's out to the east. Let's, can we do Edinburgh for a second?
That's where I'm going, yep.
We'll take you down to Edinburgh because they experienced the same thing. And right now that storm is moving out. You can see the flags. It's kind of like a summer thunderstorm. We don't have any reports of damage, but we've got an atmosphere that's very volatile and potentially can cause some damage. So let's go to the radar right now. We'll give you the latest watches and warnings. Erie County and Crawford and south, all this yellow stuff, that's a severe thunderstorm watch. Remember, it means conditions are favorable. Now over here, we have a tornado watch. That's the pink, and that's for Chautauqua, as well as Warren and McKean and Elk and points east. The actual warnings that are in place are the flashing polygons here. They are all severe thunderstorm warnings for Erie and northern Crawford, as well as up into Chautauqua and the northwest quarter of Warren County. So here's the main line of storms going through Wattsburg. It's pushed through Edinburgh, as you just saw on the camera there. So these are the towns and the arrival times for this line of severe thunderstorms to make it into your area if you're located in that area. We've got storm chasers out. So far, we don't have any reports of damage, but because this is peak heating time of the day, these can blossom and these can turn stronger. So all you want to do is make sure you're in a safe place. Protect yourself. You know, if there is some very strong wind gusts, certainly you could have some power outages. We're going to look right into the storm here and query some of the wind gusts that are being reported. So radar indicated north of Wattsburg, 50 miles per hour, south of Wattsburg, 48 miles per hour. Maybe one down here, Craig, between Edinburgh and Union City, in that area right there. There you go. So to recap, severe thunderstorm warnings for Erie, northern Crawford, northwest Warren, and up into Chautauqua. These are the warnings, and there's another one right here, Ashtabula County and northern Trumbull. And just be prepared for these kind of winds. Also, perhaps some hail and some torrential downpours of rain. These watches continue into the evening, but the good news, and we're on Facebook Live. We have continuous coverage on Jet, Fox, or Erie Facebook Live. The good news that Craig's talking about is that although these watches are in place till like 9 o'clock at night, we think the main lines and everything should be out of our area by 5 p.m. So we're here just to give you an update on the latest and tell you where they're going and how when you should be protecting yourself, and eventually when they will be moving out. Anything else for you guys that I should go here on TV before we send it back to regular programming?
Nothing of note right now. Nothing of note right now.
Right now. Protect yourself against lightning. Heavy downpours a problem, as well as strong gusty winds that could cause some tree limbs to come down and some power outages. We're going to send you back to regularly scheduled programming. We're live on Jet, Fox, or Facebook. We'll be back here if we start incurring damages or if more warnings are issued. Take care.
Yeah, Ian just called me, said.
All right. So we just did a little TV. And here's the deal. So this line moving through Erie County right now and also into Chautauqua County. We have extended the severe thunderstorm warning. Well, we haven't. The government does that. Into Warren County. But I'm seeing some promising signs behind this line. I really think once this goes through, that's going to be it. All right. So I would say about another hour or so before it clears the entire area. Now it's going to be over with sooner in Erie County. And we're already starting to get some reports of the sun coming back out. So let me just take a look here at the visible. And we'll see what we can see on that. So we can confirm that. Just another storm. That's exactly right. All right, let me take a look here at visible satellite imagery, which all of a sudden doesn't seem to be. Stand by, folks.
Yeah, let's see your.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not crazy about. I hate that word. I hate the T word. There is a tornado watch in effect, but look, tornadoes are really difficult to make. Right. So I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Of our immediate concern right now is the severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect. Technically, it's until 3:45, but, you know, these are going to be out of Erie County before that. So let me see what we're looking at here. Yeah, once this line shifts south, I don't see much more forming behind it. So that's good news. So again, if you're just joining us, severe thunderstorm warning continues for Erie County till 3:45. To be quite honest with you, it's probably long gone by then. We'll be watching Warren County in line next. Severe thunderstorm watch is until 9. Why, I don't know. That's not our decision. That's the National Weather Service. And there is a new tornado watch, but like I said, let's not dwell on that, okay? It's just something that we're basically watching. Let's see, I had a couple of reports. Pea-sized hail in Wattsburg by Seneca. Mercer County, the storm's to the north of you, but we're watching more developing to the south. Like I said, I'd say give this another hour and we're probably good to go. So, you know, if you were watching me on television this morning, I was saying between like 1 and 3. And I still think that that's going to be the case by 5 o'clock. These are probably going to be a thing of the past. I mean, could there be one more isolated storm? Sure. But this is kind of the main line. This is party time. Okay. Once these go through, we've already got reports of sun coming back out in Girard. As a matter of fact, we'll take a look downtown. What's up, Dorian? Oh, I thought you needed me.
Oh, no. We're good.
So that's Edinburgh. So you can see, obviously, they're in the thick of it right now, but the back edge is shifting towards you as well. So we'll be coming to an end in Edinburgh shortly. Let's go downtown and see what we can see from our weather camera here. So a little bit of brightening to the north. I wanted to take a look at Girard. So that's the view in Girard. Sun's back out. So that's what I mean. These storms will be in and out. And, they get a little gusty. You might see a wind gust upwards of 60 miles an hour. Remember, that's an estimate. Okay, that's a radar estimate. And the other thing, too, is you got to remember these thunderstorms grow vertically in the atmosphere. So the sampling of the thunderstorm in terms of wind speed might actually be up high, all right? Doesn't necessarily mean it's translating to the ground. But you could get some gusty wind with these as they move through. So we'll go back to radar here, and I'll check in with some of your comments. The tornado watch is for Warren County, okay? But remember your terminology, okay? Warning, worse than a watch, all right? A watch just means we're watching it, okay? Conditions are favorable. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. And like I said, I don't like the T word because they're very hard to make. Everything has to be just right. And I don't see anything that's screaming at me saying that will happen. So let's not dwell on that too much. No, I'm not saying that at all, David. I'm just saying my opinion as a meteorologist. I wouldn't be surprised if the watch is canceled earlier than 9. So. Starting to sprinkle in Corey. Yeah, you guys are going to get some. Actually, this is getting out of the Cleveland radar range. So let me come over here and let's see what Buffalo looks like. Yeah. I'm just not that excited, folks. Sorry. Let's see. What else do we have? They're hoping it clears up by 4:15. Well, where are you, Tiffany? And where are you driving to? That would help. Just overcast right now in Canadota Lake. The worst of it just to the north of you in Canadota. Little west of Conneautville. Yeah, there's another little storm. I mean, this is, to be honest with you, this one's kind of interesting. If I had to pick one that's interesting. These two back here, southern Ashtabula County. Let me go back to radar and we'll do a sampling of those. Make sure I have Cleveland on. So yeah, these storms down here, southern Ashtabula, and into like kind of straddling the Trumbull Ashtabula County line. We'll have to keep a close eye on those. Let me just do a quick sampling here. Okay, so the tail end of this storm right here, it looks peculiar to me. It really does. I'll give you that. And then this is the part of the storm I'm looking at right here, right about there. Okay. Right now, we'll see if these warnings get extended east. So, like Conneaut Lake down to Greenville, those areas, you're not quite done yet, but there is some sort of rotation, whether it's, I doubt this is at the surface yet, but that's one that we're going to watch. I mean, if there's one storm that's really standing out to me right now, it'd be this one. Okay, so let me just, for the time being, let's do a storm track on that one and see where that one's going to go. Let me just get a specifics on that one. Again, I'm talking about the one down here. Let's see what the speed is on that one. East at 45. Okay, so I'm going to take this storm right here. I'm going to track this east at roughly 45 to 50 miles an hour, okay? So if this storm were to maintain its intensity, Espyville in about 20 minutes. Now remember, these are estimated times, okay? Westford shortly after. So you guys in those areas might have another round of gusty thunderstorms coming through. And like I said, if there's one particular thunderstorm that has my interest peaked, and here's why, okay? When you look up here, this is a line right here, okay? I'll draw this on here. When you see it like this, lining up like that, that's more of a linear complex of thunderstorms. But the reason the one to the south and west has me interested is because when you see individual cells, individual discrete thunderstorms, those are the ones you got to watch. And I was just doing a sampling of some of the wind in the thunderstorm. If you're just joining us, this is the one that's down here in Ashtabula County, right here. This is the one I'm watching. A little bit peculiar, okay? So we'll have to see how this unfolds as it works its way to the east, moving at 45 miles an hour. Next in line would be the Westford area and into Espyville, okay, if that storm were to maintain its intensity. So we still have a severe thunderstorm warning continuing for Erie County, northern Crawford. But as we look at the radars here, it's not quite as impressive as it was. So I think the end result here for places like Corey and Wattsburg will just be a quick downpour, a little gust of wind, and then it should move on into western Warren County. And then we'll watch this storm down here that will probably cut across far southwestern Crawford County, northern Mercer. That's the next one of interest. And then, like I said, I think this will really all start to quiet down once we get past 4 or 5 o'clock. Hello, Linda. How are you? Windy and raining in Linesville, Gene. Thank you. Yeah, you're going to get a little downpour there. Stopped raining in Waterford. That storm in Meadville, that was probably going to go just south of you, Rhonda. I just did a storm track on it. It's only moving at 45 miles an hour. I can't go faster than that because then the times would be off. So the times wouldn't be accurate. So that's why Meadville wasn't included, because the storm track doesn't reach out that far yet, because by the time you do the math at the rate and the speed of the storm is moving, we can't go any faster than 45, at least for right now, unless the storm picks up its forward intensity. What I want to do also here is I want to put, let me just see how this thing is moving. That's usually another telltale sign with these discrete cells. So it's still due east, maybe just a little bit of a right turn, just a hair. That's something else that we look for. So see, we're already starting to trim the warning away in Erie County, so right now it's eastern Erie County towards Wattsburg and Edinboro. And then I'd say the next one of concern is the one coming out of southern Ashtabula County. That's the one we're gonna watch. Guys Mills, you might get clipped with the southern end of the line that's moving through Wattsburg, Edinburgh, and Corey. Let's see. Your poor flowers. Oh no. Yeah, they're getting a drink. Clear in Edinburgh now. Thank you, Taylor. Yeah, these are just going to be in and out. Just some thunder, some strong winds. Yeah, get a little gust of wind with them and a downpour because it's just so humid in the lower levels of the atmosphere. If you looked, there's something called VIL, vertically integrated liquid, and if you looked at the column of the atmosphere, the low levels of the atmosphere are very, very saturated. So basically, when we look at QPF, quantitative precip forecasting, the amount of liquid that the cloud can hold, that's the potential amount of rain that could fall. So if we have 2 inches worth of water and we squeeze it out over the same area, that's how much rain could fall. And when it's so humid like this, it's very possible that you could get some localized flooding with the downpours as they move through. So that's something else we're watching. But overall, the flood risk is pretty low. I think the worst of the storm, you'll just get clipped in Meadville. Don't be scared of the T word, Elise. Don't worry about it. I do not believe that we're going to have much of an issue when it comes to that. The chance is never zero, but overall, when I'm just from looking at everything today, it's pretty low. The other thing too, you might be asking, well, why is just Warren County in a tornado watch, right? Well, that's because it's a different jurisdiction. That falls under State College's jurisdiction. And, the Weather Service offices do communicate with each other. So obviously State College felt it prudent to issue a tornado watch. And to be honest with you, it makes sense because the better support, the better dynamics are in central Pennsylvania, and this front is arriving later there. So they've had more time to destabilize the atmosphere. We are kind of right on the cusp. So don't fret about that too much, okay? Temperatures dropping for sure. Dark and windy in Linesville. Yeah, you're going to get that. You're going to get clipped by that storm coming into southern Ashtabula County. Bear Lake, thunder and lightning in Bear Lake. Yeah, just to the north and west of you. Thick air. You got it, Keisha. It's all that humidity I was talking about. Sagertown, you're getting the tail end of that line. It should be over here soon. So Linesville, yeah, you're getting a downpour right now, probably a gust of wind. We'll sample that storm too while we're here. Let me take a look at the storm relatives. That's not exciting at all. So just a downpour over Linesville. Still keeping an eye on this storm that's over southwestern Ashtabula County. Yeah, I mean, now it looks like the storm that's indicating some rotation. Now, remember, just because most thunderstorms rotate, that's just what they do by nature, okay? Just because the radar is detecting that does not mean it's at the surface, okay? You got to remember, when the radar beam leaves the rad dome, it climbs in altitude because of the curvature of the Earth. So this particular snapshot that you're looking at, the rotation might be way up high in the thunderstorm. So just because we're seeing some rotation in that storm, again, this is the one that's over eastern Ohio. It's nothing local. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily on the ground. And remember what I was saying, one of the things that we look for with individual storms, when they're by themselves, those are the ones you have to pay attention to. Okay. So watch this storm as it comes across southern Ashtabula County, and notice how it kind of slightly turns right. So when you match up where the core of the storm is, the center of the storm, and then you compare it to the storm relative velocities, again, this is wind direction within a thunderstorm, towards and away. That's what radar detects, okay? Red would be away, green would be toward, okay? And the thing is, when they're close together like that, when they're tight, that's usually the signature we look for. But again, this is shooting high up in the thunderstorm right now because this is coming from the radar in Cleveland. So the beam, again, is climbing in altitude as it leaves the rad dome. And what we're seeing is some rotation probably in the upper levels of that thunderstorm. And you can see how it's kind of curving to the right. So I think this is probably going to miss Conneaut Lake. It's going to miss Westford. It's going to miss Greenville. So we'll see how this evolves here over the next few minutes. But otherwise, we still have kind of this jagged looking line of not very impressive thunder showers that are moving through. Technically, the warning is still until 3:45, but they're already starting to chop it to the west. And we'll see where it goes from there. So let me check in with some more of you. Yeah, what's up, buddy?
No,
Where are you going?
no, everything's starting to slow down.
Oh, all right. See you, man. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it. Will it miss Conneautville? You're going to get a downpour, but I don't see anything severe right now. Right now in Union City, yeah, the worst of that storm. It's still a little perky there around Union City. Again, nothing that's too crazy. Let's see. Settled down. Thank you for that. I'm just trying to go back and read some of the comments. I see you, Patty. Just rapid fire. Clear in Edinburgh. Thank you. Hitting Cambridge Springs pretty hard. That was as of 10 minutes ago. So Cambridge Springs, you're on the back edge of it. So hello, Ron. How are you? Let's see. Kayla. I'm just trying to go back through the... I just got it cut, man. Like literally just before I came here. So it's fresh. Windy in Meadville, just spring. Okay, these are going back 15 minutes. So, all right. Now, we do have a new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued. This is for now southern Crawford County, as that storm that we were just talking about cutting across southern Ashtabula and will probably come into southern Crawford County now. Let me see if I can get specifics on this warning that was just issued. So again, new severe thunderstorm warning. That is for southern Crawford County. And I really wish I had my NWS chat here. Something went wrong there. So this new severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for southern Crawford County until 4:30 because of that storm coming into the Pima tuning area. And notice, by the way, they continue to trim the severe thunderstorm warning for Erie County. So still a pretty good storm near the Union City area, Corey, Elgin, and then down towards Cambridge. And we'll see if this holds together into Warren County. But you can see as of right now, the severe thunderstorm warning continues to be clipped for Erie County, still under a severe thunderstorm warning, technically speaking, for eastern Erie County. Then into Crawford County, new severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 4:30. Now that includes the southern part of Crawford County. The severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for northern Crawford County will expire here in the next 25 minutes. And the new severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for southern Crawford County, which does include Meadville, that's in effect until 4:30. So let's see, what else do we have here? The corn man's corn needs water. You're welcome, Nance. Yeah, nothing to get too excited about. I did say that, John, because it's true. Seeing lightning now. Lightning. Dark clouds in Meadville and thundering. Not many power outages. Yeah, I don't, they flagged the storms for some gusty wind, and we had radar estimates of 55, 58 mile per hour wind gusts, which, that's kind of like the precipice that will trigger a severe thunderstorm warning. But all in all, nothing too serious. So the storms that we're watching down towards Conneautville, and someone's asking me about Conneautville, just some steady rain, perhaps moderate rain around Conneaut Lake and Conneautville. Also, they've just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Mercer County for those interests down there because of that storm that I was talking about back to the west. So thundering in Guys Mill's not raining yet. Thank you for that. So while we're watching these here, let me just go back to the other source. All right. And we will take a look at Girard. So things have calmed down in Girard there. Let me just show you a forecast model to kind of give you an idea of how these storms are going to behave. So again, you can see, yeah, there might be a few leftover showers and storms, but largely over with by, wait a minute. Is this correct? Stand by. Yep, it is. Okay. Largely over with by probably news time. I mean, there could be one leftover shower, but I think we're going to be in good shape once these storms get through. So you can see how the line's kind of fragmenting too here. It's not as organized as it once was, but we're still looking at some decent rain over towards Corey, Union City, Elgin, maybe some small hail there. And then also some thundery downpours just getting ready to move into Meadville. Let's take a look at, we just showed you the future cast there. Let's take a look at Meadville live right now. Let me go grab the Meadville camera. Stand by. We'll see what it looks like down there. Meadville live. Probably. Okay, so some cloudy skies. We'll start raining again shortly in Meadville. And while we're here, let's take a look at Conneaut Lake. Yeah, starting to rain in Meadville. There's the live pictures from Conneaut Lake. Yeah, it was all south of you there, William, in Girard, which I kind of figured it would be earlier today. I mean, Lake Erie kind of offers this stabilizing effect. So it would be really hard for a thunderstorm to get going north of I-90. We thought that most of them would be south and east, and that certainly has been the case so far. Got some thunder in Meadville. Yeah, let me go back to radar. So that's what you're seeing in Meadville. A little thunderstorm moving through. Again, technically there is a severe thunderstorm warning, but not all that impressed with these. Just some gusty wind and the downpour, really. Oh no, Karen, you lost power. So a little bit of damage in Union City, some trees and wires down. Let me just write that down. Austin, thank you for that, man. Trees, wires down in Union. Okay. Trees down 6N. Okay, so those storms did have some gusty wind with them. I'm just writing down some of these reports. 6N and 19 in Waterford. Thank you, Adam Ripley, for that. Yeah, Linesville, you're going to get another round. It looks like the worst of it, though, is going to be just to the south of you. These storms down here are heading into northern Mercer County. So Linesville's right there. So you should start to see the rain let up. Another little storm coming into the Sagertown area. Maybe a little bit of gust of wind with that. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to turn much, much more comfortable. Just cloudy and you hear thunder, Sandy? Okay, where are you in southern Crawford County? That would help. Estimated time. Well, it's raining right now in Meadville, but that's not anything. I mean, there could be a little bit of gusty wind with it, so I'm not overly concerned about that storm in Meadville right now. Lori, thank you for that. So our weather spotter in Edinburgh reports 1.15 inches of rain in just a few minutes. So that's kind of what I was talking about earlier. It's so humid, so there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and we're just wringing that out. Now, the cold front still has to come through, so that's why we can't completely rule out one more isolated thunderstorm, but I think this is going to be kind of the main line. Once this gets out of here, I think we're going to be good to go. So updating the radar now, you can see still some heavy rain over towards Corey, eastern Crawford County, north of Titusville. It's now east of Cambridge Springs. So what we'll do is I'll go back to put a little storm track on this for you. So again, this is moving east roughly 45 miles an hour. So if you live in Pine Valley, in about 3-4 minutes, over towards Spring Creek around 3:30, Chandler's Valley around 3:42, Pittsfield same time, Chatty Cathy eventually for you by about 3:45. Just talking a little bit of gusty wind and some downpours. Okay, maybe some small hail. Technically speaking, the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for northern and western Warren County. But those are some of the estimated times, like Tidiute, 3:49, heading towards the Russell area, about 10 minutes to 4. Eventually, if it holds together over towards the city of Warren and Starbrick a little bit before 4 o'clock. So some downpours, some lightning, some thunder, maybe some small hail coming into Warren County right now. And the other storms are diving southeast into Mercer County. So not really our jurisdiction. So I think we're going to be good to go here. Let me just take a look at some other things. It's pretty well over now in Linesville. All right, thank you for that. Woodcock getting it. Still pouring in Corey. Yeah, you still are underneath it. That's still some pretty heavy rain. Corey coming into northwestern Warren County right now. There's... Bear with me. I'm just looking at a few things here, folks. Let's see. Oh, someone's asking me about Sandy Lake. Shouting, Sandy Lake. All right, so Sandy Lake, that would be Mercer. Yeah, you'll get a downpour, probably some gusty wind as that little complex comes through. You're under severe thunderstorm warning in Sandy Lake for storms to your west, just coming into Greenville right now. So that is the deal down there. Where's here, Amy? Cooperstown. You guys are going to probably get some rain and rumbles of thunder. I don't see anything too severe for you. The city, downtown Erie, right now, nothing. Nothing's going on. And you guys, I think, are good to go. So, go ahead. If you have plans outside this evening, tonight, whatever, I think you're fine. I mean, the storms are pretty much out of Erie County. They've already trimmed the severe thunderstorm warning like I thought they would. The only part of Erie County that's still left in the severe thunderstorm warning is down in the Corey area. So you can see once this goes by, that's it. Kane, you are technically under the tornado watch, but it's just a watch. So I wouldn't dwell on it too much. Not at all. If it changes, I'll let you know. Sorry. Tom and I were just passing notes. So just passing the rest area of Mercer County, heading north, nothing yet. Okay. In Hydetown, yeah, you're. I mean, this is interesting right here. So there are some indications. It's just north of you in Hydetown. You're going to get some downpours there and maybe some gusty wind. Okay, because as we look at this thunderstorm right now, this is some very high reflectivity here. And I'm going to take a look at product here called hail. Take a look at the hail. So there's an indication of some hail near the Centerville area right now. That the core of that thunderstorm could be producing. I hate doing this, but I'm going to risk it and see what we have. Doesn't look like anything too Impressive. Okay. So that little pink kind of check mark there, that's indicating some hail. 68 dBZs. Okay. So that's that little core right there could be producing some hail just north of Hydetown, in between State Route 77 and State Route 8. So the Centerville area, if you're in Centerville right now, let me know what you're seeing, because we are getting some indications that there's some hail associated with that storm there in Centerville and just north of Hydetown. Also, some of these back to the west, Sagertown, anywhere you see these pink areas, there could be some small hail. And then this line extends down to the south into Mercer County. Yeah, so this is, let me just show you what's going on, a wide view of this. We'll loop it for you here. Over time, see how this just kind of forms up like that? And look, behind it, there's not much going on. So I think that bodes well for this evening coming up. Once we get through this line, that should be about it. Let's see. Sid, what are you seeing, man? Let's see. What else do we have? What does dBZ stand for? dBZ stands for decibels relative to Z. And it's radar algorithm mathematics stuff. Z represents the radar, or the rate that the radar thinks that the precipitation is falling. So that's what that stands for. I can't go into it because it's really complicated, but it stands for decibels relative to Z. Lots of fire trucks in Corey. Well, the good news is the worst of it is shifting to the east of Corey. Thunder to the west of Youngsville. Yep. Just getting into the Spring Creek area right now. Yeah, well, now that's a good report, because that's a look at Cambridge Springs, and I was just talking about the reflectivity. So hail, the radar sees hail, and it reflects back as a very bright color. All right, and the larger the hailstone, the brighter the color will be to the radar. So when you see these pink areas, like this one just south of Sagertown, or excuse me, just east of Sagertown and just south of Cambridge Springs, and then this one over here north of Hydetown, it's indicating that there could be some hail in there. Keisha, thank you. That makes sense. Thank you for confirming that. So as we look, Centerville, again, this area right here, I'll circle it for you, annotate it for you. This area right in here, that's where there could be some hail. That's that pink shade. When was this?
3:14.
So
20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not now.
Email.
Yeah. So yeah, this pink area that you see, we were just talking about that's indicating some hail. Again, this is just north of the Hydetown area, heading towards Tidioute, and we'll pass to the south of Pittsfield and Youngsville. And now this is interesting right here. See this little cone or this little cylinder? That is indicating some rotation, okay? But this is well to the south of us. But just an interesting side note. Remember I was telling you how I was watching that storm come out of southern Ashtabula, northern Trumbull, getting into Greene County? This right here is showing some rotation. But again, this is down towards I-80. This is nowhere locally, okay? That's the southern end of the line. And you're looking at something called storm relative velocities there. So that is down towards the Youngstown area, not our problem. We still have some leftover warnings here, sliding through Crawford County over into Warren County. Right now, that's where we have the worst of the weather. Still some extremely heavy rain, some hail, and some gusty wind. That's about the extent of what we're dealing with locally. And like I said, this line will continue to shift south and east. So I'd say in another half hour, 45 minutes, this should clear Crawford County. And I think that's going to be about it. And then the cooler air will get here. The one that's down here towards Hermitage, yeah, that's a pretty nasty little storm. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect, Joni, for the Hermitage area. Okay, looks like some hail, and there is some rotation, but again, the storm's getting farther away from the Cleveland radar. So if you're just joining, I was talking about it earlier. A lot of the time, the radar beam is sampling the upper levels of the thunderstorm. So just because we have rotation doesn't mean it's at the surface, okay? But if your daughter lives in Hermitage, maybe just give her a shout. Let her know there's pretty nasty storms just to the north and west of her. Downpour in Meadville. Let's take a look. I believe it. Let me go back to a radar or live camera. That's Conneaut Lake. And let me go to Meadville. Stand by. Let's take a look at Meadville. Still, so it looks like some light rain there. Don't see much wind. Trees aren't really moving around too much. So that's a look at Meadville right now. Take a look at radar. So again, the worst of it just south. Down into Mercer County. We are now seeing, so the good news is the severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled for Erie County. We still have some feisty storms. We'll hang out here a little bit longer as these storms clear Crawford County. Excuse me. And then we'll probably have to get working on the shows here. I'm just looping this through, see how it's working. Let's see what else we have. Round 3 and Brown Pounds. Not one drop here. Where is here, Suzanne? Did you tell me and I just missed it? Isn't it great, Amy? Yeah, that's what we call summertime weather. Rain is random in the summer. And it usually only lasts 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then it moves on, and then the sun comes back out, and then depending on the situation and the setup and the weather pattern, you may get another shower or thunder shower. So kind of in and out. Guys Mills, You got nothing there, huh? Interesting. Sid, you can send, I'll comment it again. If you want to send us information or pictures or whatever the case may be, send it to that address right there, weather at wjettv.com.
Laura's
I got that one.
apparently sending a picture. Should we?
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
I'll get it over to you. Those are just some rate amounts otherwise.
Yeah. Nope, I don't think Erie will, Leslie. I was saying that this morning and at noon. I said, if you're north of I-90, it might end up being completely dry today. And so far, that's been the case. And I really don't see anything else ahead for this evening. So it may end up rain-free. Just getting into Titusville, Jeb. How you doing, man? By the way, good to see you. Let's see, what else? I just saw a question I wanted to answer. Pleasantville? It's to the north of you right now. You're going to get a shower or thunder shower down that way, but I don't think it's going to be anything too crazy or severe. So. There you go, Catherine. Sometimes it'll show stuff that's falling aloft, might not necessarily be hitting the ground. So that's kind of the long and short answer as to why. Trees and wires down in Sparty. Just writing some of this stuff down. Okay. All righty, Ron. Have a good one. Raining in Troy Center. Frenchtown, sprinkles. Okay. Well, it's just starting. Just starting in Frenchtown then. Conneaut Lake, you're on the back edge, so you should be good to go. There are a few additional thunderstorms firing to the west, but I think these are generally going to stay south. So that's the loop over the past hour. You can see how everything's behaving. Yeah, they've already canceled the warnings back to the west in Ohio, so the worst of it now, there's one pretty good cell down in Mercer County, and some extremely heavy rain heading for the Tidiute area in Warren County. It has cleared Corey, just some leftover light rain or sprinkles. Looks like they just reissued for southeastern Erie County. Must be because of that storm right there. Still some light rain in Edinburgh. Did I get that? Trees and wires down. Centerville. Okay. Thank you for that, Gene. Appreciate it. I know it was bad, wasn't it, Sid? The humidity was crazy. Crazy. That will be coming to an end, too. Getting some fresher air that'll be coming in. So that's exciting. Waterford's done, Adam. So you're good to go. A couple power outages in Meadville. Okay, thank you for that. Union City, there's a storm just to the south of you. Canadota Lake, still clinging on to some heavy rain there. Just some leftover light rain in Conneaut Lake, but that was a little bit ago. All right. So we do have another thunderstorm warning again. This is just kind of a reissuance as this little batch of storms heads to the east, getting into southern Warren County, so the Tityute area. Again, these pinks represent where there could be some hail, okay? Some small hail. You can see one little shower, again, trying to form up here just east of Edinburgh, north of Cambridge Springs. This is not severe. Again, the worst of it continuing to slide south and east. Thank you for that, Wendy. Peak in the clear for now. Could be a couple more storms, but I think they will miss you to the south. Yeah, it's still going to be muggy tonight. So the humidity will gradually come down. I mean, once the cold front comes through, which won't be until a little bit later, it's not like it's going to like fall off the table, the humidity. It's going to be a kind of gradual step down process as we go into and through the evening. But you'll really notice the difference by tomorrow. Russellville, let me see. Hold on. I just had something pop up. Okay. Okay, what else do we have? All right, thanks, Jeb. Appreciate it. Yeah, the worst of it's just to the north of you, and I think they're going to start to trim these warnings back. Very still on the west side of it. Yeah, not much going on. Let me just take another look here at the visible. Okay. Yeah, so remember I was just saying how they're going to trim that warning in Crawford County. They just did. So it's now for the extreme southeastern part. And again, over into Warren County. So getting into the city of Warren and a pretty nasty storm down towards Mercer County. So that's what we're looking at here. Again, nothing, just some gusty winds, some heavy rain. And this is going to move through, like I said, I think by the time like I said, 30 to 40 minutes, this is probably done with. That's what we're looking at. So I'm going to hang out with you for about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to start working on the newscast and do some cut-ins and stuff like that, some taping and update the web stuff. But I think largely this threat will diminish. We'll watch for one more isolated thunderstorm that may cut across south and eastern areas later this evening. But other than that, I think this is kind of the main event, and it really wasn't that big of a deal, right? So,
Franklin Center.
oh, yeah, look at that. I don't know if you can see this. So Lori sent us a picture of some hail. It's about 2 inches in diameter. I don't know if you can see that well, but that is some hail. Where was it, TA?
It says on there, Silverthorne Road.
Oh.
Blah, blah, blah. I believe that's in Franklin Center near Edinburgh.
Oh, okay. Stancliffe, Old State, West Stancliffe. Okay. Yeah, so that's about 2 inch diameter hailstone there. Thank you for sending that our way, Lori. We appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, David. You are welcome, Brenda. So let's just kind of hang out here for a few minutes more as these shift south and east. And like I said, I think the threat will be dwindling. Again, technically, the watch is still in effect until 9. Why? I don't know. But I think the severe threat will be pretty much done with here within the next 30 to 40 minutes. But we'll keep an eye on it. And if you're going to the Lake City Fireman's Carnival, like someone in the weather office, he loves that thing. He's been looking forward to it for like a week. I think the weather's going to be okay. So if you're heading out towards Lake City tonight, it should be fine. And while we're here, Sheffield, the worst of it is just to the west of you. There's a risk of some hail, some heavy rain, a downpour, and maybe some gusty wind. It's not a huge deal. The other news channel has me terrified. Hey, man, that's because I like to play it cool. Nothing to get excited about, right? I mean, it's exciting from a scientific standpoint because I'm a huge weather dork. Like, this is cool stuff. But I just, in terms of anything like an organized severe outbreak, not going to be the case. Not this time around, thankfully. All right. So we'll just recap real quick. Again, we're still watching a few isolated thunderstorms trying to fire to the west, but here's the deal. These are going to miss us to the south and probably weaken over time because now we're getting that stabilization off the lake, right? So we kind of had them blow up off the lake breeze, that lake boundary that's set up, and now that we're going to, as a matter of fact, let me check out. Let me look here. Just want to look at something real quick. Let me just check the current observation at ERI. South at 9, gusts to 25. I need the 5-minute observation. Let's see. Oops, hold on a second. Let me just find what I'm trying to find here. Trying to find what the current observation is out of ERI. We're still at south at 5. So the front hasn't cleared yet. So that's why we can't rule out another shower, thunder shower. But I just don't see all of that much happening. These storms to the west, We're gonna have to watch these. Here's another little guy right here that's starting to exhibit a little bit of a rotation, but this is in Northeast Ohio. It's nowhere near us, so it doesn't look that impressive either. So we'll see how these go. But like I said, I think once these clear our area, we're going to be in good shape. Okay, so let me just check in with you guys one last time, and then I'm probably going to take a break. I love cucumbers. They're so good. Put a little ranch on there. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice and refreshing on a day like today, right? Heavy rain in Troy Center. Debbie, you are awesome. Thank you. We are working on it, Jeb. That's all I'm allowed to say. That's all I'm allowed to say. All right. So just to recap, worst of the weather shifting south and east now. Technically speaking, we're still under severe thunderstorm watch, so something still could bubble up. We're going to keep an eye on it for you. The cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings that you see right now focused far southeastern areas, these will continue to shift southeast as the line shifts southeast. And then, like I said, as we get into this evening, I think the weather improves markedly. At least it'll stop raining. And I think the severe threat will lower here as we go deeper into the evening. So with that, I am going to take a break. We're here. We're going to be watching it. Tom's got a fun assignment tonight. I'll be here, and we'll just keep you posted if anything else develops. But let us know what you guys are seeing. You can still comment here after I'm gone. Again, the severe threat should come to an end here pretty quickly once this line clears the area. So, okay. With that, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Look, nothing we haven't been through before, right? Just a few thunderstorms. You're good to go. Hey, we'll see you on TV tonight.